This is the Orioles Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Baltimore Orioles. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
How we feeling out there? How's your 4th of July weekend treating you now? Final score tonight in Atlanta, the Baltimore Orioles 9 and the Bravos 6. Welcome to the Baltimore Orioles Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. As always, my name is Luke Slabaugh. I'm your post-game show host. We're streaming live to YouTube right now. I see dozens of you filing in, and it's available on demand next day, wherever you get your podcasts for free. 10-inning victory and some Orioles magic to give the O's a series win and rejuvenate their spirits here. They look for a sweep tomorrow down in Cobb County. With the win, 9-6 over the Braves, the Orioles improved to 3-3 in games that go to extra innings. And so we'll start with the top of the 10th. We got a tie game at 6-6, and we'll work our way backwards from there. Sound good?
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And before we go any further, if you're watching live on YouTube, if you are commenting on the replay, go ahead, leave a comment. Tell me who your player of the game is. What impressed you the most? What stood out to you about this offensive performance? We start top 10. Right-hander Rafael Montero on the bump for the Braves. A bullpen game for them that did not go as planned. They used pretty much everyone. The Braves have been bitten by the injury bug just about as much as the Orioles. They carry 10 relievers and have a very short bench. So keep that in mind. They have the arms, but did not have the efficacy tonight. Jordan Westburg starts as the automatic runner at second. I know some of you have taken umbrage with my use of ghost runner, because technically that is not the ghost runner that we grew up with, playing wiffle ball and all that stuff. Gunnar Henderson moves him over. So you got one out, got a runner at third. Ground ball to Ozzie Albies at second base. Great. Ramón Laureano at the plate. Works the count, 3-2. Gets a splitter low and in, and then a bullet just past third baseman Austin Riley on the ground into left field. It's an RBI double. Westburg scores easily, makes it a 7-6 ball game. It's damage control time for manager Brian Snitker and the Atlanta Braves. They walk Ryan O'Hearn intentionally to set up the force play, maybe turn a double play, get out of the inning, and then try to tie the game or win it in the bottom half of the 10th. Jacob Stallings in the game because Gary Sanchez was hurt earlier. All 6'5" of him, fifth string catcher, did a lot of damage today. Just intimidating the opposing pitchers. Didn't take the bat off his shoulder much. And he starts out 3-0, just watching pitches go by from Montero. Eventually, 3-1, then swings, whips badly. It's 3-2. Montero challenges Stallings with a fastball high and inside. And what a time. What a time for your first Orioles hit, Jacob Stallings. Ripped into left field. Definitely a base hit at a minimum. But the Braves are playing him shallow. So that goes for extra bases. Both runs score. O'Hearn with a great slide. Throw just barely misses. And all of a sudden you got a 3-run cushion. 9-6 in the top of the 10th. Jacob Stallings plays the hero. Ramón Laureano getting the rally started as well. And Ramon's been the most valuable Oriole this season for the most part. Extra innings dub for the Baltimore Orioles, 9-6. That is how she wrote it. That's all she wrote. Otherwise, the story would have been the power surge that we saw from Tyler O'Neill, Jordan Westburg, and Colton Cowser. Top of the third, the Orioles are trailing 2-0. Tyler O'Neill against left-hander Aaron Bummer, which is a very unfortunate name to have as an athlete. Hanging sweeper. O'Neill was brought in to do damage against left-handers. He just needs consistent at-bats. We mentioned last night how the lineup looks different when you have Westburg and O'Neill, intimidating presences, talented players in the lineup. Eventually, you'll add Adley to that. And then this will look like a fortified lineup. Tyler O'Neill gets a hanging sweeper and jolts it 445 to left field. That's that pull power we wanted. Made it a 2-1 ball game. Same inning, Cedric Mullins walks, then swipes a bag. Jackson Holliday moves him over on a ground out. And then Jordan Westburg, 2-1 count. Four-seam fastball, middle in. And he outdoes O'Neill on the tape measure. 461 into the batter's eye. Little pool out there, some hedges and shrubbery and all that. Saw a little splash when the ball landed. 461 and made it 3-2. First 2 home runs given up by Aaron Bummer all season. Probably the reason why they hadn't extended him much past 2 innings or 50 pitches at all. His first career start, mind you. But at that point, Snitker comes out and pulls him for left-hander Dylan Dodd. For reasons we'll get into in the second block, the O's coughed up that lead pretty quickly. And in the top of the fourth, the O's strike once again. Against Dylan Dodd, the left-hander, Ryan O'Hearn rips a double down the right field line, snaps an 0 for 18 against lefties. Cutter inside, worked well for the All-Star. Then an out later, Colton Cowser, 0-2 count. Gets a cutter low and drops the bat head on it. Really good use of his top hand guiding his bat through the zone. He goes 426, which is nothing to blush about at all. 2-run bomb made it 5-3. First homer for Colton against a southpaw this season. Jackson Holliday also tied the game. The Orioles were trailing 6-5 in the top of the 7th. Mullins, with 1 out, hit a double on a high slider to center field, able to leg it out, challenge Ronald Acuna's arm, get into second base. Then a 1-0 slider to Jackson Holliday. This is left-hander Austin Cox on the mound. Hits a sneaky ground ball through the right side, deflected by Ozzie Albies at second. It looked like Albies might have dove a little bit too early, but it deflects off his glove. Mullins is charging home to tie the game at 6-aside. That might also be a big takeaway from this. The Orioles starting to hit left-handers a lot better. We saw that in June, but today particularly hitting 3 home runs against left-handed pitching. Nice to see. Coming up, we'll reveal our player of the game. We'll talk about Dean Kramer. Not his best outing. He just didn't have it. And we'll look ahead to tomorrow. It's a Roku game tomorrow. That's free to the public. Anyone can watch it. You don't need a subscription or anything, but I'll walk you through that. And that's coming up on the other side of this break. Stick with us. Oh, yeah. A series win, which means it's time to go to the ballpark once again. We might break out the floppy hat by the time this weekend is over. And if you want to save money come game day, it's time for Gametime. Easiest way to grab last-minute tickets without the stress. With the money you save on tickets with Gametime, you can splurge on food, drinks, merch, even invite more people to come with you. Gametime makes it possible. Tickets are just so fast and simple to buy this way. The prices on the app actually drop closer to game time, closer to first pitch. And the last minute deals are incredible. You get a clear seat view feature in the app and a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. Gametime has last minute tickets and zone deals for big savings like 10% off exclusive zone deals for FIFA Club World Cup matchups. We got a big year coming up for sporting events. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem the code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Gametime app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. It's Gametime.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Great moments are born from great opportunities, and that, gentlemen, is what we have on our hands tonight. And ladies. We have a lot of lady listeners here on the Locked On Orioles podcast all around the world. We appreciate you. It's Jacob Stallings. Like I said, sometimes there is such an obsession with swinging at the first pitch that you can learn a lot more from keeping the bat on your shoulder for a couple of pitches, get a feel for what the arsenal is, what's working for the pitcher, what his sequencing is. Is he tipping his pitches? And Jacob Stallings did that. He walked today. He got his first hit in a big situation, going a 3-0 to 3-2. And that's really all you can do, right? Like, don't be an automatic out. And we saw that the fifth string catcher has a little bit of pop in him. First Orioles hit finishes 1 for 2 with a walk and a 2-run double in the top of the 10th. He is the player of the game. It could have been anyone. It could have been Laureano. Gary Sanchez leaves the game in the 5th inning. He had ended the bottom of the 4th with a tag play at home. He tagged out Matt Olson, and he came crashing down on his right knee. Now, originally, because he had got clipped in the Texas series, I thought it had something to do maybe with his fingers at first, and that would have been a pretty bad scenario, even though the X-rays came back negative. But if you go back and look in the top of the 1st, there was a foul pop-up by Ozzie Albies where Sanchez was drifting behind home plate. He caught the foul ball, and his right knee made contact with that padded area. It almost kind of looks like a utility box, but it's not. It's a padded green area there on the left-handed hitter's side of home plate. So could have just been a bruise, could have been soreness. Not entirely sure what the update is on that right now since we're live. But that could be a dastardly, just unfortunate thing if the Orioles once again are down a catcher. The franchise record for catchers used in a single season is 6, and the O's are at 5 right now. Probably what we should talk about now is will the real Dean Kramer please stand up?
This is what you'll be talking about.
The running gag is that Dean Kramer will pitch you a gem except when you absolutely need it. I know Ryan Ripken on Twitter saying Dean's ceiling is so much higher than what people give him credit for. It's a fringe 3 is the ceiling. The reality is you got a 4 or 5 who can be good and consistent for a stretch and then blow up like today. He didn't have it. And Ben McDonald, even on the broadcast, said he had good fastball command, and I disagree. Granted, Doug Eddings was not giving him the benefit of the doubt for a lot of the strike zone, but I saw a lot of nibbling. The splitter was shoddy, and anytime he was given run support, he gave it right back. The lockdown inning eluded him, could not shut down the Braves. And we even go bottom first before you can even get to your seats and relax. Matt Olson doubles. Fastball out over the plate after a couple of misses. We saw in the top half of the frame that Eddings was calling the outside strikes, but inconsistently. And then Austin Riley gets a first pitch hanging cutter at 85 miles an hour and hits that to the batter's eye for a 2-run home run. Bottom third, same deal, curveball hanging down the middle to Matt Olson, tied the game at 3-3. After that, we saw some pretty good curveball or splitter action, rather, striking out Riley. Able to get Ozzie Albies in the 4th with this nice cue shot to third base off of a 2-0 curveball. Things kind of spiraled from there. Dean only goes 4 1/3. Nick Allen is the 9 hitter, and he is very much a glove first shortstop. And bottom 4 with 2 outs, mind you, Allen gets a sinker middle, and he hits a double to right center field. Then Acuna walks. Again, this is 2 outs. Nick Allen, I mean, with 2 outs is what you want handed to you on a silver platter as a pitcher. Then Matt Olson goes from 3-0 to 3-2. Dean works his way back. Splitter and fastball fouled off. And then a low sinker. Olson goes down and gets it, hits it to right for a single. It's 5-4. And then a 1-1 count on Austin Riley. Splitter low. Riley whacks it to left. Acuna scores. And this is where the O's defense and star power really comes to light. Cowser relays to Henderson, who relays to Sanchez, and that aforementioned tag getting Matt Olson on the shoulder. Big outplay at home that kept the game tied. Jacob Stallings then enters the game in the bottom of the 5th. Bullpen hung together. Bautista with a really good 9th inning. Yennier Cano with a shutdown. 10th inning. Brian Baker has been fire flames as usual, and Kittredge with back-to-back good outings. Some self-inflicted damage by Scott Bluette. that we'll gloss over. Again, starting with Nick Allen, slider middle. Not a great location for the pitch, and he almost gets away with it scot-free. A ground ball to Gunnar Henderson in the whole left side. Gunnar rifles it just way wide of first base. O'Hearn has to come off the bag. So it's credited as an infield hit to Allen, but that looked like a mad E6. Then Bluet's rattled. He walks Acuna and Olsen back to back. He's on the ropes here now. And again, 5-5 ball game. Strikes out Austin Riley on 3 pitches, challenges him with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball down the middle. Again, by the hair of his chinny chin, getting 1 out. Jerks and Profar then hits a dribbler just very slowly on the infield grass. Gunner's only play is 2 first, so a run scores. And then Drake Baldwin grounds out to Jackson Holiday. So good on Bluet to get out of that jam. A bases loaded with no outs with just 1 run allowed. The O's carry on. They're going for the sweep tomorrow. Sunday morning leadoff game, 11:35 on Roku. Yes, morning baseball. The RokuChannel.com, the Roku app on your phone, on your TV. If you've got it, it's free. Just type in Roku Channel for sports. It'll be streaming live. I know Ben McDonald's doing color on that. It's left-hander Trevor Rogers scheduled to go against right-hander Grant Holmes. Trevor Rogers probably pitched good enough to get a win on Monday. Went 5 1/3 at Texas, 2 earned runs given up on the Marcus Semien home run, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts. That was a 10-6 win in 11 innings, the only game that they won down there in Arlington. Grant Holmes is an interesting figure. He kind of has that Rod Beck, Andrew Chafin look going for him, the long locks and the mustache as well. Tuesday, really good outing for him against the Angels. 6 innings pitched, no earned runs, and 3 hits. He's 9th in the National League with 113 strikeouts and 6th in the NL with a 213 batting average. Fun time to be an Orioles fan, no? The O's take this one in 10 innings. Final score 9-6. The Orioles over the Atlanta Braves. As always, this has been the Baltimore Orioles Postcast. I'm Luke Slabaugh saying good night, stay safe, and I will see you right back here tomorrow afternoon.